Aditya Vadavan joins me for more details on this. Aditya, also take us through the details right now when we speak of the engagements that are there and how Prime Minister Narendra Modi is actually going to be meeting a host of dignitaries as well in today's time before he finally moves on and moves to China after his Japan tour.
Well, absolutely, Simran. Quite a few, engagements of Prime Minister Narendra Modi are scheduled today in Japan as he has landed in Tokyo. He will participate in a business event as he had mentioned, where there will be talks regarding how India and Japan can, collaborate on the trade front. How because we are seeing that particularly now the US has imposed 50% tariffs. How India and Japan can increase that trade and in these changing geopolitical situations. And, specifically the specific areas that will be, in discussion when, Prime Minister Narendra Modi meets the Japanese dignitaries and leaders, there will be detailed discussions on how both the countries can collaborate on semiconductors and artificial intelligence. So, at this juncture, there are a lot of opportunities, it is a win-win situation for both the countries because due to the 50% tariffs on India, because there were on some products, there were earlier also tariffs on India, tariffs on some products, and now additional 50% tariffs have been imposed by the Trump administration. There could be, major in some sectors, there could be job losses in some sectors. Even the GDP of India, could be substantially be less. So at this juncture, there are all efforts are being done, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi will meet the Japanese counterparts and the Japanese leaders. There will be detailed discussion as to how both the countries can deeply collaborate as far as trade is concerned.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely. In fact, Aditya, now stay with us. We also have more details coming in at this point of time in pertaining to the India-Japan Annual Summit. While the members of the Indian diaspora in Tokyo enthusiastically awaited the arrival of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Japan, Prime Minister has greeted and interacted with the members of the Indian diaspora as he arrived at his hotel in Tokyo, where he has received a rousing and a warm welcome. All right, he was welcomed with a cultural performance by Japanese performers as he arrived at the hotel. In Japan, performers have dressed up in Rajasthani attire also. That was a part of the big welcome that was given to Prime Minister. Now, with the Rajasthani folk song, people from the Japanese community also recited the Gayatri Mantra as a greeting. Aditya joins me, in fact, to share more details. We see many cultural performances were planned, and as Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived, all the Japanese community members as well, they even also recited the Gayatri Mantra as a part of a big greeting.
well, absolutely. We have seen how the Indian diaspora that is present in Japan, recited Gayatri Mantra and other things, to welcome Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So this reflects the fact that there's a large people-to-people connect between India and Japan, and definitely this visit will further bolster the diplomatic ties between the two countries. And this reflects how the soft power. How India has that soft power across the world, because so many wherever Prime Minister Narendra Modi travel in whichever country, there's a large number of Indian diaspora. So at this particularly at this juncture, we can expect a warm welcome and enthusiasm among the among the Indian diaspora that is present in Japan. Simran.
Well, absolutely. Now, Aditya, continue to stay with us live on the telecast. While speaking about his visit, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has announced that a key of agenda visit to Japan would be fostering the special strategic and global partnership. Saying it made steady progress over the 11 years, he also spoke about the economic and investment ties, saying artificial intelligence and semiconductors would also be in the technological sphere, where both the nations would advance cooperation. And reports suggest that PM Modi may secure investment pledges worth $68 billion during the two-day visit. An economic security pact focusing on semiconductors, critical minerals and AI may also be signed. An announcement regarding an India-Japan deal for the manufacture of the next generation 10 bullet train in India is also expected out of the visit. All right, Aditya. Now we see that first time in 7 years, but there are many crucial projects that foster and deepen the relationship and ties of India and Japan. And what India is also looking forward to is to also get in fact, get more confidence into these projects that would be beneficial for the growth of both the nations. What more key agendas do you also bring to our knowledge about could be possibly a big takeaway after this visit?
Well, absolutely. Particularly we see, the trade is on the top of the priority because Prime Minister Narendra Modi is also slated to participate in the business event, and then there will be an Indo-Japan annual summit also. We could expect, particularly in the domain of emerging technologies, semiconductors and AI, there will be detailed talks on how both the countries can collaborate and how, and this will definitely catalyze the already existing relationship between India and Japan. So we can expect some major breakthroughs as far as the key takeaways from this visit are concerned when, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will engage with the Japanese counterparts. Yes, Printer.
All right, in fact, Aditya, now we move forward, and as we in fact